Robby.
Hello and welcome to another just stupendous installment of Midlife Krisis. Uncle Bob, I gotta tell you, I am riding on a fucking high, and it's not just because of my afternoon rockstar here. It's because I got to talk about Suda 51 for like an hour and 15 minutes.
You restrained yourself.
I limited myself.
Yeah.
Could have gone for a lot longer. But on that tip, I'm going to have you be playing Killer 7. This is the re-release, a remaster, whatever they call. I actually don't know if they call it that or not. I think if you look up on Steam, it just says Killer 7. But it is in HD. Cool. We are playing it on a Steam Deck. I will tell you, even though we're doing this Let's Play with obviously an Xbox controller, this game is such a good Steam Deck game. And if you find yourself even remotely interested after you play this game, I'm going to go ahead and recommend that you download this and play it on your Steam Deck because it is a hand-in-glove fit, sir. It is a hand-in-glove fit.
Steam Sale Steam Summer Sale, the biggest event of the year for me, is coming up in less than a month.
They do those like every 2 weeks now, which I am not complaining. It's pretty cool. But it was more of a like a special, like when I first got into Steam, which was much later than you did, they were doing a winter and a summer.
Yeah.
And then the spring was added, and now it's like seriously like.
And they there's an autumn, there's a spring break one, there's a
It's
President's Day weekend.
Yeah, exactly. So you can buy your mattress and buy a bunch of games on Steam. That's how I bought this one. I own the GameCube one, as we saw in the other video. But this one was on sale like $3 or something crazy like that. And I was just like, oh yeah, I'm going to play that. And when you see the graphics of this game, so I have the OLED Steam Deck. Man, oh man, does this thing look good on that screen. Because this is such a colorful and contrasty game.
Yeah.
It sings, brother. It sings on this thing. So anyway, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and try Killer 7. This is your first time, I think, ever seeing the game, right?
Definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
With that rules. So you're going to get firsthand comments from Uncle Bob here. So I'm going to go ahead and do this. Bam! And then I'm going to do some of this. Booyah! And then I'm going to make this guy big for us so that, boom, we can play this game. So do me a kindness and select new game.
Done.
I have the volume down here, so you're just going to hear our sweet commentary.
I can't handle this font, Brian. We might need to stop here.
This font is the font is very edgy. It is very edgy. It is very psychologically tormenty. You definitely do normal. Okay, so this is target 0, so obviously what that's setting up, and I say obviously, which is clearly not obvious, but this is the prologue to the game.
January 20th, 2010.
2010.
Inauguration Day.
So you move that reticule, you can control that laser. Put it anywhere you want on his dumb body and push the A button to murder.
Oh, I murdered his hand.
Yep, and they turned into little droplets of blood there.
All right. Great.
So right off of that. Okay, so you see this moon here. This is a theme of Suda 51's games. In the silver case, every time you finish a chapter, you see that moon. So this is Garcian Smith. He is kind of the cleaner, the fixer of the Smith clan of the Killer 7.
All right. I definitely like this art style.
Isn't it incredible?
Yeah.
It's probably the single most defining thing about this game is how visually arresting it is. And I am not going to backtrack on what I just said. Visually arresting. So he's... Okay, so he knows something's up with that guy, Christopher Mills.
Okay.
So the antagonist of this game, this is such a great name because it's going to make you think of a very famous cult. But the bad guys are known as Heaven Smile.
Yes and yes.
So to set that up, like the story of this game, it's like I mentioned in our long episode about Suda 51. It's a lot of geopolitical stuff, but
like inside Japanese politics.
Yeah,
stuff.
A little bit. But there's also a lot of UN, like big global level politics involved too. So the Heaven Smile, they are these people that have been infected with this virus that causes them to basically go nuts and want to kill people. And the way that they kill people is they rush up to them, full wind sprint, and then just explode.
Okay, like suicide bombers.
Exactly.
Okay.
But in the gameplay wise, when these things run at you, it's like pretty stressful feeling, and you hear them like panting and running, and you have to kind of look around for them
and find them,
and you got to scan them, and you have to shoot them in the heart before they blow up and you take damage. Okay. Right. Destroy the Heaven Smile headquarters and capture the chief alive. Can you do it, Uncle Bob? I believe in you. Do you wish to learn the controls? You probably should.
I should?
I think so.
Okay.
This isn't going to be too difficult. So here's the tutorial. And so right here, do you see this view where it's like an upshot type of a deal?
Yeah, third person. Yeah.
But it shows like how it kind of shows off the scale and like the bigness of the character. This perspective is in the game a whole lot.
Okay. To ready your weapon.
Yeah, and then so you want to B button will lock on. So one thing without the sound. So you see that little shadow guy?
No.
You go a little. Now they're a little bit more apparent. So the D-pad will select between the two, and then the A button to shoot them. Bang. So he's going to come at you. You better shoot them before. But you need to scan them to see where to blow. See the little glowy thing?
No, okay, I got him.
You are going real quick here. So yeah, here's that movement mechanic. You're holding the A button down to run, and you're not fully controlling the character. These are the panels. So you select where you want to go with the analog there. Yep. I mean, no, you are good. So you've learned the controls.
I know everything I need to know to be an elite assassin.
It's honestly like and I don't just say this because I love this guy's games and love this game. I really do think that the style, like the control style, is like intuitive, and I appreciate that it kind of cut out all the bullshit, especially for a game that came out in 2005. Like at that point, like 3D games were kind of figured out.
Yeah.
But there was definitely examples where you still had bunk ass camera, obtuseness. Like to have this game be so heavily directed, it was refreshing at the time, and I still think it feels that way.
My friends were murdered by people who look like this.
And there's a Heaven Smile right there with his big, gross mouth and tons of teeth. Boom!
Oh.
So another theme of Suda's games, and this one is including you absorb blood, and blood is like a currency.
Dan Smith, huh?
Dan Smith.
What was the name of the hero from No More Heroes? Johnny Touchdown?
No, Travis Touchdown. Alliteration, my friend.
Yeah, and this guy is Dan Smith. Huh? Can you do better than that?
Well, they do. There's Mask Smith, who is a luchador. Again, ties to wrestling. So click on Iwazaru. He rules. He's a bondage freak that is always saying we're in a tight spot. He always says this, no matter what. And then he kind of gives you the exposition of where you're at. He also gives you hints of where you're supposed to go.
Vince Dill, Boris VII, Iwazakurkov.
At your service. Just call me Iwazaru. So in the game, he is like your... he helps flesh out the narrative, but he also helps tell you where you're supposed to go. If you get lost, you want to search out Iwazaru to get tips. And then in a little bit, I don't know if we see him in the beginning of the game, but you will get a cameo from A1 Travis Touchdown. But he looks very different in this game. Go ahead and go to Harmon's room there. This is like the save area of the game. Every level, every world, whatever you want to call these things, has this. So Iwazaru there. This is all like tips, obviously. Okay. As you flesh out the game and the story, because this is a very complex story, you can kind of go in here to keep track of it, which is pretty invaluable because sometimes it does get a little convoluted. But the fact that this is included in the game, it tells me that Suda really, really wanted you to know what the hell was going on. And this is kind of like, if I were to guess, I would say that this is Capcom's influence, saying like, hey, like we love what you've done creatively, but like, why not do this so that people can grasp it a little better? And I'm grateful for the fact that this is in there to do that.
Okay. I want to try to go kill somebody. I want to kill one of these assassins.
Well, you're there. Okay, so don't... okay, hold the A button. So do hallway. Okay, so yeah.
Hey, kill someone?
So because we're playing with the sound down, and we kind of have to, You're gonna hear like real creepy laughs in an area, and yeah. Okay, so here's Travis. Look at Mr. Funky.
Don't you remember?
That's Travis Touchdown, and this is way before No More Heroes. So the fact that he's like dead and has like like dead great white shark eyes, I think kind of tells you like what the future of Travis Touchdown.
It's not, not a good one.
Not a good one. And they did for No More Heroes 3. Okay, slow down a little bit. Don't just indiscriminately run because we don't have the sound. You're going to need to scan more.
How do you scan?
I believe it's the right trigger. So anytime in the game you go into first person by holding the right trigger and you can look around, and then that's how you're going to see the shadowy Heaven Smile people, and then you have to scan them again to kind of make them to show their weak points so you know exactly where to shoot.
Okay, what about this thing?
So go ahead and walk forward and go ahead and talk to that weirdo. So
hallway then, right?
Yeah, or you can talk to Iwazaru and he'll give you a little bit more exposition. But since this is a little Let's Play, I don't know how much you want to go into the story there. Oh, okay. So if you go into the parking, this is an action sequence.
I'm ready.
So you're gonna go ahead and
say scan.
Yeah, but you're gonna need to walk forward a little bit. So just push A again. A automatically drives you in the direction you need to go. Go towards parking. If you talk, okay. So now first person. There you go. And go ahead and shoot him, and they will see how he's slowly coming. Now they're going to come quick.
But he's running away.
Oh, perfect. Well, that worked out great then.
He ran away and blew.
There's a reason why he ran away. Iwazaru would tell us, but again, we're not going to sit here and read every little bit of dialogue. I just want you to get a feel of the style of the game.
Yeah.
And how it plays as well. So see that you have a barrier there. There's a wall.
Oh, you can barely see it on the screen. But okay, sure. So that means
So see, there's a guy. You need to scan that thing. So go into first person. So the B button scans stuff. Maybe it's the left trigger actually. Just push. There you go. Right. So you see that glowy thing? You need to shoot that yellow glowy thing quick because that guy's going to blow up on you. Which he did, and now you're dead.
Damn this game. Okay,
so when you die, Garcian, you're going to pick Garcian Smith, and again, this is years before Demon Souls would come out. You're going to walk up to the dead Smith with Garcian to basically do what you do in a Souls game, which is to collect the body and then move forward. So again, talking about how influential this guy's stuff is, like here's another example of it. Although this one I think is fairly unintentional. It just happened to be that way. But that's the whole role of Garcian Smith, is to go to the dead Smiths of Killer 7 to go collect their souls, bring them back to that TV room where they can replenish their health.
Okay, let's see if I can do that.
Do something real quick over here. Okay. Okay, so far, I know that you've only played a tiny little vertical slice of this game, but give me some feedback. What are you thinking about Killer 7 so far?
Just okay. I probably would be a lot better if I could hear anything, because it sounds like the sound really matters. And I'm struggling more with these controls than I thought that I would. Mm-hmm. I can't. It doesn't seem like I can skip this dialogue, which is a problem.
And that's indicative of older games, unfortunately. I will say, as far as controlling the game, you are playing a little bit on the tweaker side and going a little bit too fast. So might be a little bit of a user error situation there.
No, it's definitely
definitely definitely this guy's fault.
All right, so I'm now approaching my corpse.
Yeah, okay. But remember, you're still in the mix. Like there's
still in the mix.
Yeah, so scan that thing first before you grab the bag, because when Garcian Smith is dead, you're dead. So you see that egg that he just...
I'm trying to shoot it. I was shooting the egg.
No, down. The egg that's rolling towards you. There you go. Now get ready to shoot that guy.
I had to scan him first. You have to scan him, Brian.
And shoot his arm. The glowing thing in his arm will make him blow up in one hit.
No.
Okay, so luckily for us, Garcian Smith has the most health. Okay, so same thing. Rinse and repeat. Look for the glowy thing. Boom.
Oh.
Okay, now back to the yellow thing.
Okay, this game's awesome. What intensity.
Got blood.
Okay, I can do this.
You can definitely do this. Okay, so glowy thing. Oh no. Oh no.
Brian, what happened? Wait, I got him.
Well, in a roundabout way, you did.
Oh, come on.
Okay. Oh, there you go. Continue firing away at that yellow thing. Yeah, now you've done it.
No, I have not.
Well, you have to kill him.
Wait. I did it. He should not.
No. You're almost there. Yeah, you can also indiscriminately shoot them, and then they piss out blood like that. Okay, boom. Walk forward, grab the bag. You will automatically grab the bag. You put it in your suitcase, which looks like a guitar case. I love this. And all of a sudden, you're on a stage, and there's like a curtain behind you. It's so badass. Just dripping with style is this game. So now Dan Smith is, when you collect a character, they go back into this room, and they will over time get their health back.
So do I have to keep playing as the second guy?
I think you have another person unlocked. Change the channel. Okay, so Kaide Smith is there. You can change it. This is where you select all the different guys. Wow. Kevin Smith, ironically named, is not available yet. Coyote Smith is there. Con Smith. So he moves really fast, and he shoots akimbo, 2 guns.
All right. So I'll go with
Kaide, sure. So again, each one of these characters has like a unique thing, like a power or an ability that you like will, while you're playing the game, you uncover the who and the whats and the whys to all that stuff.
The controllers are troublesome. The controlling, I mean.
The control... so every person who's ever started this game has that opinion, myself included. But the more I played the game, the more... just like any other fucking video game.
Yeah, you get used to it.
You get used to it, and it becomes quite intuitive. Like, the control, everything feels right, though. Like, the aiming is accurate. Like, all of that stuff works. Yeah, he's just there for show, Daddy.
just random guy.
Just being weird.
All right. So now...
So, yeah, now you can move forward.
Okay.
Talk to Travis there. Bad girl.
Oh my god.
So he's telling you a little bit about what's the deal with Heaven Smile. He always has a different shirt like that, where it's like a different like fun logo or whatever it is, but it's always hot pink on black. And I really dig the dead eyes.
My job to eradicate Heaven Smile. All right, I got it. Seek the queen.
The gatekeeper is in charge of the queen. Very, very good.
How long is this game?
On your first playthrough, knowing how you play games, where you refuse to cheat, I would say 20 hours, 15 to 20 hours. Okay, so the soul shell is a really important item. It lets you instantly resurrect a character.
Wait,
so go see the other angle there.
Yeah, I can't.
Oh, there's a 180 button. Sorry. So go back. Yeah, you just figured it out. So you can only you do have control of your movement, but it's a binary. It's either you go forward or backward.
Okay, so now we're going this way.
Yes, exactly. So now you're heading to the next floor. And do this real quick. Cool. Talk to Iwazaru again. Let's just see what he's up to.
All right. What you got? Are you still in a tight spot?
Oh, he's always going to be in a tight spot. This guy is a true freak, but don't be alarmed. Those things that the master seeks. The bullets, he loves them so. He's an old school freak. The translation on this game was really, really well done. You could tell that they really spent the time on trying to like capture what Suda is all about and translate that into, because obviously, look, there's a difference between just straight translation and interpretation. And there's especially in a language like Japanese where there's so much like cultural context on stuff, doing a straight translation is like a really difficult task. So the fact that the story translates as well as it does in this game is a testament to the people who did that work. And I think if they did a shitty job, people would have not be so enamored with this game as they have been for the last 20 years. So to give them the credit they deserve.
So there he is again.
Yeah. So the first part of the game, he's everywhere. But as you play through it, you see Iwazaru less and less. But he is throughout the whole game. There's no question about that.
Okay.
Another thing I'll say about this too, if you do decide to continue down the Killer 7 path, which I do recommend you do, this is a great headphones game. So Steam Deck, headphones, it's a real marriage.
Well, it seemed to be a dead end. Okay. We'll go to the north hallway.
You go into the lobby.
Going to the lobby, all right.
So her dress is very unsettling, by the way. It's just constantly covered in blood. And she's shoeless, which is another nice little touch.
I'm trying to just go to wherever the location is where I will find some more action. I'm on the prowl.
Oh, you're definitely on the prowl. Yeah, let's see what he says here.
He's now hanging.
He just can't. He's always looking for a loose spot, and he's always finding himself in a tight spot. And like it's just, and the fact that he's wearing like bondage gimp gear and is always telling you to be quiet.
This is the enemy's den. Shudder to think. All right.
Yeah, so he's explaining how the Heaven Smile, they have bombs in their bodies, and they will blow you up, as you have learned time and time again. In the name of Harmon. So yeah, Harmon Smith, of course, is the main. He's the main character, the guy who kind of controls all the other Smiths. Have you gone to the East Hallway yet?
I don't think so. I've talked to Travis.
Yeah, you've talked to Travis there.
Oh, is this the same hallway? It is. Oh no.
I keep going through. Go walk through parking again. So I think there's a exit at the end of this.
I don't think there. Yeah, it veers me over there.
Oh, okay.
So I can't. I can just turn around and then I can. But then it takes me out.
So again, the good thing about the way the game is laid out and controls is like you only have so many options.
Yeah.
So
I can't get super lost.
Yeah,
I think I need to go into the south hallway. Hallway, southwest. And then I got to here and it said, north or south. And I believe I went. Oh, man,
I remember you doing a lot of north. Let's see what south does here.
All right. I think it. Yeah. No, wait. No. That's what I did. I went. Okay. North hallway it is. All right.
Okay, we've not seen this. Oh God. Yeah, see, that was user error on that one. I watched that. I watched that in real time.
I don't know how you could come to that conclusion. I don't know. I don't know where you get that from. All right, stairs.
Here we go. So, kind of reminds me of Bayside. Just gonna throw that out there.
Is that him again? He's in a tight spot.
I guarantee you, he's in a tight spot. Go ahead and get a little chat ski in with him. And what's that? Yeah, he's in a tight spot. An ultra tight spot.
Wow, good translation.
And the enemies do mean business.
All right.
So throughout the game, this is obviously we're in the prologue. But throughout the game, the environments do change. Like at one point you go to like an old, like a feudal Japanese temple, but it's still obviously the art style is all like this. Coming up, you're going to get to a point where you're going to need to blow up a wall. So this guy needs your help, and he's not going to get it in time. Oh boy, did he explode.
I could have helped him.
You could have, but the game didn't want that.
His blood splatters.
So there's enemies. You can see the little shadows.
Oh,
yeah.
I can.
You want to, go ahead and get that yellow guy first. So the little glowy thing's on his left arm. So she reloads slower.
Oh boy, yeah. She sure does. Do I need to scan those guys? I guess I did.
You can also move closer to make this a little easier. But again, you know what,
Brian, I think I know what
you're
I'm
the
doing
master in a tight spot, not me.
Yeah.
You're currently in the tight spot chair.
Okay, I'll just This might be a little bit easier with keyboard and mouse, but
Tomato, tomato. I've not for 1 second played this game with a keyboard and mouse because it just feels foreign to me. I played the GameCube version, so I'm a gamepad guy.
all right, okay.
You know what? Actually,
I think I figured it out.
I don't even know. I don't think you can play this game with keyboard and mouse. It's one of those. There's some Steam games that just don't let you do it.
Yeah.
I think this is one of them.
What the? Oh, please tell me this is a boss.
No, it's a little flying ass. He's a piece of shit. This guy.
Okay, well.
Yeah, he flew right at you and killed you.
All right.
Well, you rushed him, so you weren't taking your time. But that is probably going to be a good spot for us here. I'm going to go ahead and go to this. I'm going to do that, and here we are. So that's Killer 7. It is one of those games where you do kind of sort of need to be in a better environment than to sit here and rush through it on a Let's Play. But I do feel that it has enough of a good first impression for if you got any sort of enjoyment out of that at all, then the rest of the game just gets better from there.
I could see the appeal. Certainly if I had headphones on, that would have helped a lot.
The audio is us missing out on the audio is I'm taking away a big part of the experience.
If I did not have the pressure of performing in front of our millions upon millions of fans,
absolutely,
that might have helped as well. But I really, really like the art aesthetic. That was cool. The gameplay is very unique. That was cool. And I do think that the controls were definitely off-putting. But I played for, 15 minutes.
Yeah.
So had I put some more hours into it, I would have gotten over that.
You definitely get used to the controls. So as a thought experiment before we wrap things up here, let's say you do go hog wild into here and you do adapt to those controls. In your opinion, in your vast experience of playing video games, where does that fall for you? Do you appreciate what he's trying to do there, or do you think it's just a fucking stupid bad idea, point blank?
The controls?
Yeah.
I have to answer neither. I would not treat it as like, oh, he's trying to be super unique with these controls and it's a really new, innovative way to play a game and that's really cool. I wouldn't think that. I also wouldn't think the opposite though, which is this just is a frustrating way to play a game and why would anybody come up with this? It would just be the way to play that most suits the design goals that they're trying to achieve. And once I adapted to that, I wouldn't think about the controls at all as either a plus or a minus.
Well, they're so stripped down, and to me that's what I appreciate. I had the exact. So my first time playing this game was at one of the E3s that you and I went to, and I went to that E3 with like playing this game as my main goal because I had been following it online and just looking at screenshots of the game.
Even back then.
Well, I mean, to me, like you said it yourself, like the art style immediately appeals to you.
Definitely.
So I was following this game and all of the rest of the Capcom 5 before they came out. And I was so excited to actually play this game. And the first time I put my controller on that hand at the kiosk, same kind of deal that you're doing now, just kind of being thrown into the fire in like a shitty environment to experience this game. My initial takeaway was like, these controls are different. I'm not good at this game, but the game was so out there and cool looking that I knew that I had to get more of it. And so when it finally did come out, I was in college at the time and I just didn't eat for that week or whatever it was. And I made it my tippy top priority to buy that game.
As you do.
Yeah. And I mean, I regret nothing. The copy that I own on GameCube is the copy I bought when it first came out. And it's very much firmly placed in my never gonna sell pile because I love it a lot.
That's awesome.
But yeah, I think Killer 7, I do, for all of its challenges in terms of being so unique and just weird, but the good kind of weird, I do think that it's mainstream enough, especially back in 2005, to be able to draw in people and become fans of Suda51s. Where it stands today now, I look at it objectively, I do think there are things about it that haven't aged so well in terms of like the way that you do play it. So like there's room for improvement, but he's never gone back to do anything about it. There is like in this version of the game when you beat it, well, I think it was in the GameCube one too, if I'm remembering right. But there's like this side quest thing called Killer 8, where it is a little tiny bit different than what you do in Killer 7 in terms of the control or whatever. So like you could tell Suda kind of maybe wanted to return to this world and do more stuff, but it's just never happened.
He just hasn't done it.
Yeah, and it's been, he did the entire No More Heroes series. I truthfully don't know what he's working on now. I know that he's kind of taken a step back, like we said on the long episode. He's kind of more in like an advisory role with Grasshopper Manufacturing. He's letting younger people do the development. He worked on a game, his company, and with his input, but I forget who actually directed it, who was the boss, but it was a live service game that came out several years ago now. I want to say 2015 or 16, before live service games really was even a term. Maybe Fortnite was out, but even Fortnite hadn't really become Fortnite yet.
Yeah.
But it was called Let It Die, and it was a free-to-play game, and it was fucking awesome. Like you played like this, like I don't even know how to describe it, like really aggressive bums in like this post-apocalyptic world.
Oh my God.
That were like then there's a real fucked up pseudo type story involved in it, but like everything was just really like dark, but in like that humorous Suda 51 kind of slant.
Yeah.
But the gameplay was awesome. Like you could go and play the game with people amongst a team, or you can just be a dickhead and go attack people and steal stuff from them, however you wanted to play it. But that's the most recent thing that he's done that I'm aware of. So he hasn't really done anything of note in quite a while.
Well, he would have had some involvement in the No More Heroes 3?
Yeah, he was the main director, scenario writer, whatever term he wants to be called in that. But even compared to how much hands-on he was in the even in the earlier parts of that series, there was a lot more influence that he had from like the younger team in No More Heroes 3 as well. So, but he's still out there. He's still working on something. He's doing something. And then, like I said, he did that scenario for the newest Fire Pro game where the son of the suicidal father came back with a vengeance.
Wait, did you experience that authentically? Like, did you get
No.
Oh, okay.
Because I never when that game came out, I was 10. Definitely couldn't read Japanese when I was 10. Still can't.
What a dum.
Yeah. But no, that was something I read about online years ago, and just being like, I can't believe he did that. What a fucking pirate. So that's Killer 7. I enjoy the hell out of that game. I will always enjoy it. So that's the mountain that I'm willing to die on, and I'm glad I'm able to share that with you and with all of you out there, the midlifers out there. We're on Spotify. Please like, subscribe, all the things that you do. And I assure you, I promise you, I will bring more weird stuff to the table.